My name is Salman Mirliprat, Deputy Managing Director of Dubai Quality Group. Thank you for joining us here this morning for our breakfast event with Simerjeet Singh. We are pleased to partner with IBPC in bringing this event to you with the support of Project Purpose. IBPC and DQG, being a non-profit organization, work for the common goal for serving the business community, and you will find collaborating more in the future to bring you such events. At Dubai Quality Group, we have many events lined up in the coming days in addition to the breakfast event, such as evening seminars, conferences, and awards. Please visit our website to know more about those events. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Suresh Kumar, President of IBPC, for a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Salman. Can you hear me at the back? IBPC is pleased to be associated with Dubai Quality Group. And as Salman mentioned, hopefully this will be an ongoing exercise where we can bring quality speakers, quality events, and jointly promote the cause of professionalism, high standards of leadership. And today's discussion is actually a good beginning there. Mr. Simerjeet Singh is a well-known inspirational, motivational speaker, and I believe he's going to be speaking on leadership, which is so important. Some weeks back, I met with His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Said, who is the chairman of the Dubai Quality Group, and he was mentioning that one of the key things that differentiates the UAE from the Dubai government, particularly from the rest of emerging markets or the rest of the world, is the quality of leadership, the quality of what they bring, the vision, the strategy, the thoughts, and the empathy that they bring to leadership, which is very, very important. So without further ado, I welcome the speaker, Simerjeet Singh. I welcome Dubai Quality Group members, and thank you very much for this breakfast session.
Good morning. I am Vibhuti Muta, founder of Project Purpose. And before we start the morning, I'd like to introduce today's unconventional speaker in an unconventional way. I've known Simerjeet for a few years now. And without doubt, he's one of the most inspiring speakers I've worked with. We say that we become fans of these big speakers and authors. When you meet them in person and when you see them on stage, more often there is a big difference. There is a gap. Simerjeet is one speaker, one inspiring personality I've met who walks the talk. There is no gap in his personality when he's on the stage or when you meet him as a person. He is inspiring in both places. Over a decade as a motivational speaker, Simerjeet's journey is absolutely fantastic. 10 years back, he was into hotel industry. And he started his journey when he found his calling in this industry. In 10 years from doing small workshops, recently Simerjeet was as a speaker at a UN conference. Isn't that fantastic? Let's give him a big round of applause. And here is Simerjeet Singh for you.
Thank you, Vibhuti, for the kind introduction. Thank you all for being here this morning, for sparing your time to be here. I appreciate that. And the title of today's workshop is, or keynote rather, the 4 hours that I'll be here with you in this interactive session today. Some of you are like, 4 hours, oh my God, just figuring out who's listening. The 1.5 hour interactive session, 2 hour max, is going to be about rediscovery, self-rediscovery. What are we really capable of? Where do we stop? How far we are capable of going? The title is inspired by the Sufi philosopher Rumi's quotation, in which he beautifully said, "Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop." And I love those words because they gave me goosebumps. We have so much to learn from nature. Be like a tree and let the dead leaves drop. It's fall now. This is about time plants begin to shed their old leaves without any sort of emotional attachment to what's going away, because it's a season to change. Human beings, we have more difficulty letting go of things that we love, yes or no? And that's the whole idea. Things that might have worked for us in the past, there is absolutely no guarantee that they will work in the future. Agree, disagree? Things, strategies, mindsets that brought you here today might not be sufficient to take you to the next level, right? I think there's this wonderful, Tony Robbins, he talks about this a lot, where he says, old thinking will create old actions. So old thinking will create old results, right? I beg your pardon. Old thinking will create old results. You want new results, start with new thinking. And it's my firm belief that thought precedes action every single time, right? It's also my second belief that we have within us the ability to be into different mindsets. Agree? You all been in situations where you felt proud of yourself, you felt good about what you were doing. You all had days like that. And you all had days where you were feeling miserable, you think everything was against you. Do you agree you made different decisions in both those mindsets? Yes? It's my conclusion in the last 11 years in this space of personal improvement and self-discovery and corporate leadership development is this. We all may be equipped with the right skill sets. I have absolutely no doubt about that. Look at the people around you, please. Have a good look at who's here. Have a good look at people around you. You will not see any shortage of skill sets, knowledge, expertise, academic ability, or those sort of things, right? No shortage, absolutely. Why is that? And Harvard University did a research tracking the graduates of the same class who had pretty much the same parameters to get inside the MBA program, pretty much same socioeconomic background, same professors, same curriculum. 10 years' time, why are people leading vastly different lives, ladies and gentlemen? Why? Is their attitude, is their view of life, is there how they're approaching things, is their mindset? That's one conclusion I come to. Is their mindset, is how you see the world at large. How do you perceive challenges? How do you perceive opportunities? How do you perceive yourself? What are you capable of? Right? Sometimes the biggest hurdle in our own growth is our own selves. And that's what I mean when I say, let the dead leaves drop. So let's begin. This is not a lecture by any chance. I love my voice. But I would like to hear your voice too. This is an interactive session where we're going to get up and interact and just talk to each other. And this is not a I do to you exercise. This is a what we do together exercise. So you ready for some fun? Yes? We'll see if some learning happens in the process. So let's begin. Deep breath in, please. Shake someone's hand on your right and left. Say hello to the person sitting next to you. And let's begin by giving a reminder, let the dead leaves drop. Do it now, please. Say it now. Shake the hand of the person on your right and left and give them this little reminder, let the dead leaves drop. Fantastic. All right, so I want to I'm an unconventional speaker from an unconventional background. My methodology is unconventional, so I hope this is going to be an unconventional interaction. So if you've selected nice seats for yourself somewhere in the back where you could be a spectator, sorry, that's not going to happen, right? This is a jump in, play, explore workshop. You ready for that? Yes? So you can loosen up those ties if you like. Please stand up for our first interactive exercise. Let's get warmed up. Before we let the dead leaves drop, I want to drop the dead energy. We ready for that? Drop the dead energy. Harvard University's done research. They call this a power pose. So here's what I want you to do. Both hands on your waist right here. Spread your legs out a little bit. That's right. Take a deep breath in. Belly breathing, not chest breathing. Belly breathing. Inhale. Excellent. Good. Once again, deep breath in. Hold for a few seconds. Inhale. Great. For a third time with a smile on your face, please, if you will. Another deep breath in. Fantastic. Okay. This is what we're going to do next. When you were very excited as a child, remember? Yeah? Some of you don't, so you need to go back to your childhood once again. When you were very excited as a child, were there certain sounds you made? Yeah? Make the sound now. Yes, all right. But I'm going to give you a real reason now to make that sound. Just imagine, deep breath in. You won $10 million, million dollars in the lottery, and you've just received the news right now. Make that sound. Yes, all right. I want you to do some cheating here with your mindset. We see how it works. Play along, okay? Play along. Put your objections aside. We see how it goes. Once again, deep breath in. And really want you to absorb that feeling. $10 million right now. Some of you might be thinking, I wouldn't be here if I had $10 million. All right. But the next thing, I want you to meet and greet as many people possible in this room with the same mindset, with that thing. But also meet people as if you've just met your long-lost friends. After 10 or 15 years, you bump into your school friend once again. How are you going to meet that person? We'll do that in 60 seconds. Civil behavior still applies during this 60 seconds. But I want you to shed your inhibitions. And because Einstein, he said this, he said, creativity is intelligence having fun. Creativity is intelligence having fun. I have absolutely no doubt about the intelligence in this room. We're going to have some fun together, be like kids again. See, can we light up the other dimension of our minds? Once again, deep breath in. So you have two things to be happy about today. Just start by smiling at the person standing next to you. Yeah, let's start by changing the energy of this room. Do it now, please. Yeah. For some of you, it will take a little while to get a smile back, but do not give up. Do not give up. Yeah, good. I want to change the energy of this room before we talk about anything else. And you're going to help me do that, right? So you ready? Once again, deep breath in. Can we have our lounge music on, please? You got 60 seconds. Meet as many people as possible as if you've just met your long-lost friends. Your time starts now. Go, go, go. Woohoo! Simi, nice to meet you, ma'am. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
I know. I think we're long-lost friends.
Maybe we are. 30 seconds, keep going. Ten seconds.
How are you?
Good to see you. Hey, good to see you.
I'm from India.
Nice to meet you, Raj.
Where are you?
Good to see you. 5 seconds. And that's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. How many of you feel better than before? Raise your hands, please, if you feel better than before. And the only reason why we feel better than before is we've done something that we don't usually do. Agree, disagree? Yes? Once again, old thinking, old actions will create what? Old results. You want new results, you got to risk. You got to try new things. I created a slightly socially embarrassing moment for you here, something that you don't usually do in a conference room, but you were slightly hesitant about it when you reached out. This is about being human again, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what we are losing out. You see, we have a robot now available to teach humanity what it means to be human again. Sophia the robot. Yeah? You seen Sophia? She's a citizen of Saudi Arabia now. And I had the opportunity of being in the conference where the gentleman from Hanson Robotics, who was the inventor of this robot, of this humanoid robot, presented it to the conference. Do you know how many facial expressions Sophia can make? 120 something facial expressions this robot is designed to make. Most people in most of my talks have a singular expression in the 2 hours that I'm with them, which is this. And I say, hey, we should get Sophia in here. Sophia was asked the question, the inventor was asked the question, why do you need a robot with 120 facial expressions? Because it takes a lot of machinery to move the facial muscles. And Sophia's answer was, because I must live and work with human beings. And in order to do that, I must create trust. And in order to create trust, I must have a range of facial expressions. And I'm thinking, wow, here's a machine who's asking us, who's giving us a strong message. Hey, humans, don't be a tools of your tools. The famous American philosopher Henry David Thoreau, he said it beautifully. He predicted it 100 years ago. He said, men and women will become the tools of their tools. The slave of their tools, right? And this is what I want to change. Deep breath in once again. Give a high five to the person sitting next to you. Give them a high five. Give them a high five. And give them this message. Don't be shy. Give them a high five, both hands. And give them this message. Don't become a tool of your tools. Don't become a tool of your tools. You're in charge. You're the master. You're not a slave. Technology is your slave. Technology should be your slave. You're in charge. But what is happening? Today's session is about personal breakthroughs. And the number one reason why people cannot have personal breakthroughs these days is we are a distracted species, yes or no? With these gadgets in our hand, we live in the zombie world. Constantly, there's millions of dollars that go into research to figure out what color your notification should be on these social media apps. They're usually red, right? So you have a sense of urgency. I'm missing on something, I'm missing on something. There's a name for this. It's called nomophobia, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real psychological disorder. Staying away from your phone is called nomophobia, no mobile phobia. How about a no vision phobia? We don't suffer from that, do we? We work like robots, like dead bodies, right? And not figuring out any direction, not taking charge of our lives. Nobody's bothered about that. I don't have a sense of direction. I don't know where I'm going. I'm okay with that. Mobile phone, don't take it away from me. These are the times we live in. We're distracted. We're addicted to stuff that's happening elsewhere. In the meanwhile, forgetting the biggest stuff is happening to you, your story. What will you make of this opportunity to leave an impact on the world, to explore your full potential, to go beyond your limitations? Let's do a simple experiment, please. Put your right hand up in the air as high as you can. As high as you can. Is this your best? No, some of you are theoretically saying no, but still sitting there. How about that? This is the story of many people's life. Is this your best? Give me your best, as high as you can. As high as you can. As high as you can. Now, freeze where you are. Stay on the chair, sir. You need a round of applause as well, first of all. But stay on the chair, and everybody freeze where they are. Everybody freeze. Can we blame the variation in the results on the economy? Can we do that? Can we blame it on our parents? I'm here, that guy's on the chair. Can we blame it on our parents, our good luck, our stars, our astrology, on the economy or pollution or something like that? No. It's us, right? These are our choices. I'm okay here. I don't want to risk standing up on a chair in a conference room. Oh my God, what if I fall? And people are going to laugh. I don't want to do that. Or it looks stupid. Or let me look around. How many other people are raising their hands? If 10 other people are doing it on my table, suddenly I feel comfortable, right? We fall together. If we get in the picture, the Gulf News tomorrow morning, front page cover, it's not just me, it's everybody else, right? And we lose out the opportunity to be ourselves. Be pace setters, not just pace followers. Most of people in the life cannot shed their dead leaves, cannot rediscover themselves. We're too busy following the pace somebody else has set for us. We're happy for that. Henry Ford is to blame for this. He stole not one singular person, but the Industrial Revolution. It said, the factory said, leave your brains outside. Just come, you bring your bodies in to the factory. Stand in front of assembly line thing and tighten this nut bolt 9 to 5. We'll pay you a lot of money, but don't ask any questions. Leave your brains outside. We don't need your creativity. We don't need your innovation. We need work faster and cheaper. That was Industrial Revolution. Agree? Yes? Times have changed now. The era we are living in is the information age today. Is the age of ideas. The age that was gone by was the age of capital, was the age of machinery. The era now, all billion-dollar corporations. Ideas. People who put ideas into action. Facebook, Amazon, Google. You know, what are these trillion-dollar corporations? Not with trillion-dollar machinery, trillion-dollar ideas. We live in the information age, and I'm so glad Dubai Quality Group has organized an event, a platform, a space, a safe space where people can learn, where people can share, and I think they deserve a round of applause for having this, put this together. I sincerely thank the organizers. I read it somewhere, ordinary people discuss other people. Ordinary people discuss events, what's already happened. Ordinary people discuss who was wearing what and who was saying what and blah, blah, blah. Extraordinary people talk about ideas. Leaders make ideas happen. And this is the group I'm here today. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. However, there's one condition. No? In this whole business about dropping your dead leaves and rediscovering, there's one condition. It's very simple. It comes from Zen philosophy, which says this. When the student is ready, the teacher will emerge. It's conditional. Can we repeat that, please? When the student is ready, the teacher will emerge. Sorry. Now, the teacher might not be in human form. Doesn't have to be. When you're ready, you could pick up a book that could transform your life. You could watch a movie that could transform your life. A little kid could transform your life by something they say. It's not in the environment, it's your readiness to change. It is your acceptance to change. You're not in denial anymore. You're open, you're receptive, you're a student with a mindset to say, hey, there's more that I can do, and I want to figure out how. I want to find out the way. That readiness, ladies and gentlemen, is the number one factor with people who are able to achieve personal breakthroughs or not. Some people live in denial. Others live in complaining mode, right? I want to share a story with you. The story needs audience participation for sound effects. You ready? Yes? Some of you are not sure. Are you ready? Yes or no? It's a fun story, but I need your participation. So let's just practice. The sound effect I will need is that of a dog crying in pain. Dog crying in pain, howling in pain. That's more like a cat, but it's a nice try, but dog crying in pain. This is good. Yes, let's practice that once again. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. All right. So here's what is happening. When I make this signal, you'll bring the sound effect in, right? Dolby Digital. So there's this guy who's an animal lover, pet lover, dog lover, okay? He goes for his early morning jog every single day, same location by the beach. This one particular morning, he wakes up and goes for his jog, and he hears this sound, dog howling in pain. And all of a sudden, his heart, because he's so attached to dogs, he changes his direction and he goes in the other side where the sound is coming from. And he's over there and he sees far along the beach, there's an old man with a newspaper in his hand, reading the newspaper, enjoying the morning. In front of him, a dog is lying. He's howling and moaning and groaning in pain. He approaches that place. He looks at the dog and he's still making the same sound. He asks the old man, sir, what's wrong with your dog? Why is he howling in pain? He said, forget about him. He's like this all the time. How many of you know someone who's like this all the time? How many of you know someone who should be here today listening to this? We don't need any names, but the conversation continues. So he's saying, so why don't you do something about your dog? He's howling in pain. What's wrong with the dog? And he says, son, don't worry about him. He's laying on a wooden floor. He's laying on a plank, and he's got a nail stuck inside him. Okay? So there's this nail that is stuck inside his stomach, is laying on his side. So why doesn't your dog get up? Why doesn't your dog get up? I said, son, you carry on with your jogging. He will get up when it starts hurting him bad enough. Right now, it's not hurting him bad enough yet. The pain is tolerable. He's only suffering enough to make this sound. And the same sound a lot of human beings make as well, no? I call it the Global Complainers Association. Global moaners and groaners. So we're going to moan and groan and complain and blame and play the victim. Someone else is responsible, not me. It's got to be my parents, got to be the economy, got to be something, not me. And I will moan and groan every morning, complaining how bad my life is. I know where it's hurting. I know what I need to change, but I will not take action. That's the problem. That's why many people are stuck. Once again, take a deep breath in, please. Inhale. High five to the person sitting next to you. Say hello and ask them, give them this message. Give them this message, please. Take charge of your life. Look them in the eye. Give them message with emotion and conviction. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your life, right? Because if you don't do that, you are allowing someone else, you are allowing circumstances to take charge. You're playing the victim. Yeah? It's fun playing the victim for some people, right? You get all the extra attention that you need in the world. The famous Indian philosopher Osho, he said it beautifully. He said, sometimes people who are sick don't want to recover. They don't want to be well. You know why? When they were sick, they get all the extra attention. How are you today? You doing okay? You any better? Can I do something for you? There's all this extra attention. Suddenly, I go out and declare to the world, I'm fine today, don't worry about me. And what's going to happen to the extra attention? It disappears, right? So people say, I'm okay playing the victim. At least I'm getting the attention. Everybody's listening to me. Sometimes our economy rewards the same, our corporate world. You go into a restaurant, complain about how bad the food is. They say, okay, sir, dessert is free for you. Right? So we encourage that. Go into the economy section of some airline, you blah, 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 you're a regular flyer, you make a lot of noise. Okay, we upgrade you to business or something. We get rewarded, so we get the wrong signals. But in life, it works differently, right? When we are in the complaining mode, we're losing out. We're not taking charge. We're missing out on so much because we're putting someone else in charge. But we're in charge. We got to remember this, right? It's not circumstances. It's not situations. It's not the other things. Your results vary based on the efforts that you put in. So that is my first message, is you have to take charge of things around you. You're in charge. You're not the slave of your tools. You're the master. A couple of laws that I want to share with you before I begin my formal presentation. Change is hard. Change is painful. Change is confusing. But change is rewarding. And change is a law of nature. It's hard, it's difficult. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone where everything is predictable, right? Even if you don't like it, but at least it's predictable. At least I know what's coming. I don't want to be a situation where I don't know what's coming. I don't want to change myself of those things because I'm comfortable with who I am. Try the simple experiment. Fold your arms as you normally would. Do it now, please. Fold your arms. Excellent. Comfortable? Let's reverse the sequence. The other arm on top. Right? And this begins to feel a little unnatural, and you have this urge to go back to this again. We are hardwired to continue doing the same old things, right? But you do that, you get the same old results. My own life has been a story of rediscovery. So in the sense that you have to understand the difference between, the similarity between a watermelon and a human brain is they have pretty much the same percentage of water. Agree, disagree? About 5% give and take, right? Same percentage of water. Cucumbers, watermelons, human brain, pretty much same percentage of water. What then is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between the human mind and a vegetable? It's not a very difficult question. The ability to think, the ability to take charge. But that's what we lose out because this is how we're trained to do, right? To not make our own conclusions about life, about ourselves. We start living a life where we get so used to being told to do something rather than figuring our own way out. I keep getting emails in my inbox. Is there a job vacancy open in your company for motivational speakers? I cannot help but laugh at something like this. I didn't have a job vacancy when I wanted to be a speaker. I didn't look at a newspaper. Is somebody hiring motivational speakers? I figured my own way out. I charted my own way out. I continue to do so. But here is someone who's looking for shortcuts. So once again, deep breath in. Hello, and there are no shortcuts in life. Please remind the person sitting next to you, there are no shortcuts. Say it with conviction, please. There are no shortcuts. Whether in weight loss, or in personal transformation, there are no shortcuts. I know post 11 p.m. on Indian television, other parts of the world, we are sold shortcuts. Buy this pill. You will lose weight. No exercise required. You don't need to change your diet. And it sells. You know why it sells? People are looking for shortcuts. Why do I need to sweat it out in the gym when I can buy this pill? right? And it's funny because we have this American models dubbed in Hindi, which is hilarious, but then people buy this stuff because people are gullible. We're looking for shortcuts. Transformation, there are no shortcuts. It's hard work, it's persistence, it's a lot of efforts. And from nature, the best example that I can derive is the Chinese bamboos. Chinese bamboo is one species of plants which will take years and years to grow their roots. Okay? If you plant a Chinese bamboo outside in your garden somewhere, the first 6 months you think, oh, the plant's probably died, it's not even there. You will not see anything happening on the surface. Nothing, not a sign. 1 year later on, a little tiny shoot is going to emerge. 2 years, things get to change a little bit. After 2.5 years, something wonderful begins to happen. And that is, in less than 48 hours, they grow to be more than 90 feet tall. If you go to YouTube, just watch time-lapse videos of Chinese bamboo growing. You can see Chinese bamboos growing with your naked eyes. That's when they grow. But when does that happen? After they have the most complex root network system of any plant. Once that root network is in place, boom, they're ready for growth. So nature's telling us there are no shortcuts. I don't hear you guys. There are no shortcuts. You got to grow your roots before you expect phenomenal growth. How many of you expect phenomenal growth in your life? Raise your hands, please. Right? Excellent. Great. We all do. We all do. We all want to grow and be ourselves and discover our best possible versions. But that doesn't happen until we discover our roots. One of the things I talk about roots here is discovering your core strengths. What are you really good at? What is your professional DNA? I spent 8 years in the hospitality industry, and I was good at this one question, which was, how can I help you? 11 years as a motivational speaker. Industry has changed, same question. To my audiences, how can I help you? These are my roots. This is my core DNA. This is my professional DNA. It's service. How can I help? How can I serve? You can change a person's industry, you cannot change their DNA. I'm in a different industry, my mindset remains the same. Funny thing happens in resorts and hotels across the world. In the morning when I dress up and I put my dark suit on like I used to in the hotel industry, I don't have name tags now, or I don't have hotel tags now. Funny thing, people still approach me. Do you know where the restrooms are? Do you know where the conference is? What time is breakfast until, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't mind. But I think maybe I have to check, is there something here? But it's something in my body language. It's something they can see. It's something they can sense. What are you really good at? If you are put into an entirely different domain, where your expertise, your academic qualifications are not valid, let's say we take you to put into a different business altogether, okay? What strengths will you still bring to the table? That's your professional DNA. Regardless of the challenges, regardless of the nature of business, what remains the same within you? I think this is a question worthwhile exploring. Who am I really and what am I very good at? What can I do better than other people? Because that is something we don't want to change. We want to hold on to that. We want you to discover that. The English word discover means to remove the cover. Discover. Dis means to remove, negation. Which means what? Is already there. We're not trying to inject it. It's already, those skills, those things are already there. You've used them. We want to discover them. Just remove the cover, right? Once again, deep breath in. High five moment. High five. Discover your brilliance. Message to the person sitting next to you. Discover your brilliance. We're not trying to create it. It's already there. We just want you to discover it. Remove the cover, right? And I'm glad you're part of a learning opportunity, part of this information age. I saw this little argument between a CEO and a CFO of a company. CFOs are in place to do what? Keep the expenses in check, right? Keep the cost down. Thank you, sir. You know what I'm talking about. In the hotel industry, we have food cost controllers and liquor cost controllers. Want to cut the cost and everything. So this guy would said, can we read it out together, please, everybody? What if we train our people and our people leave? To which the visionary leader's answer was this. What if we don't train our people and they stay? And that's when they do damage to us. And I think that's the same question we should ask ourselves as well. What if I don't train myself? I can still get by. Yes or no? Yeah? Everybody say out loud together, please. I can always get by. Yes or no? I know as a speaker I can. If I don't put in the effort into my presentation, you can get by. You can get by, but getting by is not your target. You want to excel, and that's when you say, okay, what if I can get by, and that's not my target? And if that is not my target, then I have to put in the efforts to upskill, to change. Just like on your mobile phones, you have these alerts every now and then, right? To update the software, version 2.0, version 3.0, etc., right? How about updating the software here, the most powerful software, the human mind, my thought process, my mindset, my attitude, my behavior, my networking skills, my learning skills? Am I upgrading that or not? Or I'm still stuck with the original version? The original version is not bad, by the way. I'll show you how kids behave, how we all arrived on planet Earth. We all arrived full of energy, wanted to do things, explore things. No kid ever arrived on this planet like, I don't know what's going to happen with my life, right? Never. They're either crying or something, but they're active, yes or no? We lose the spark along the journey. Age has nothing to do with it, by the way. But we lose the spark. Once we lose the spark of what makes us human, we become walking dead bodies. I'm going to give you a horrible example now, which will clarify the point. How many of you have thumbprint attendance in your organizations? Raise your hands, please. Use a fingerprint identification. In your organizations, let's say, we take a dead body for the sake of this experiment. We ask HR, take this dead body's thumbprint, and we'll call it Mr. Motivated. What do we call him? Mr. Motivated, all right? We fed in his employee details. We fed a nice message into the system, which is recognized by the what? Thumbprint. The next morning, we drag in the dead body again. We put the thumb on the scanner, and what is your machine going to say? No error. Welcome to work, Mr. Motivated. No error. There is no machine so far which can say, hey, the thumbprint is right, but this is a dead body. He's lost his spark. We're not there yet with technology. And I see across the world, corporate world or other places, I see dead bodies dragging themselves. And that's a loss to society and to individuals. With the power to leave an impact, we settle with just dragging ourselves. Okay? Shake someone's hand on your right and left and remind them, don't lose your spark. Say it now, please. Don't lose your spark. Your spark is the difference between when you're dead and alive. That's the difference, right? And this is what we end up like. This is the state of affairs of someone who's lost his spark or doesn't know what to do. Take a good look on the screen, please. Can he move? It's not a very difficult question. Some of you are not sure. Does he have the ability to move? Yes or no? Will he move? Why wouldn't he move? The boss told him so. How many times it is the boss who's restricting your performance? Raise your hand. No, you don't need to raise your hands. Right? Why wouldn't he move? He's stuck. No? That's what I hear very frequently. My life is stuck. How can you be stuck on a planet that is rotating at thousands of miles per hour? Moving around in space at thousands of miles per hour? Nature is creating all the time. Nature is never stuck. We have people being born right now. We have people dying right now. We have so much happening. The universe is never stuck. It's when our mindset is stuck, we feel everything else is stuck. So we have to unstuck ourselves, right? Start with that. That's always a good place. And in Dubai, you don't need a reminder of that, right? You're living in one of the most innovative cities ever. You're living in a city where the founder himself, His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed, who himself says that this is a city which will never accept being number two. We must be number one in everything. Your city itself is a reminder, right? I read this beautiful quotation the other day when I was at Dubai Mirror. And it talks a lot about competition, personally and in business space. Can we read it out together, please? Competition always makes you stronger. Competition is feared only by the weak, and we are not weak, are we? So we welcome competition, we welcome change, and we welcome challenges. These are the 3 C's I would like to focus on today as triggers for your growth, which are, number 1, change. Number 2, competition. Number 3, challenges. See, in an ideal world, an individual would want not to have these 3 things exist. I want to live a life where I have no competition, where I have no challenges, and there is no change. And that would be a very boring, dull, miserable life. A life full of action would be the one where you open your arms and welcome the 3 C's, which are change, challenges, and competition. They bring the very best out of you. Change, challenges, and competition. Don't be scared of them. Don't resist them. They're bringing the very best out of you. But most importantly, the whole idea of this keynote session today is this. Can we read it together, please, out aloud? Don't be a prisoner of your own experience. Experience is a gift, things which have worked for you in the past. But it becomes a problem when it restricts you. When you don't want to take any chances. I'll give you a little example today. If some of you might have come in earlier, you might have noticed this podium was up on the stage. If you came in early, it was tucked far behind, and I felt the distance was a bit too much for my liking. Okay? Ordinarily, I would just go with the flow, but be dynamic. You don't have to be a prisoner of your own experience. I made this change. I wanted to bring it closer to you so I could have the laptop here so I could interact. There are no, everything is changing moment by moment. Be dynamic. Figure out what's happening around you. And that's when you're using your full mental, physical faculties. That's when you win. Because if you're stuck in a mode of, oh, that worked for me in the past, so I'll do it again, that's when you begin to lose. Don't be a prisoner of your own experience. Let's try reading this out, please. See if it works.
That letter be in the right place, the reset can be a total mess and you can still do it without it.
So, how many of you were able to read this? Raise your hand, say yes. Great. And what mental faculty you're using in order to read this? It's your experience, right? So experience is not always bad. Let me clarify that. You're using your experience of your vocabulary. You have the first few alphabets, you have the last. Your brain is making sense out of chaos. Agree? So experience is good in this scenario. Experience, however, is not good in this scenario. Take a look on the screen. This is the sort of experience which is dangerous. I'll continue doing what I'm supposed to be doing, even if it's irrelevant, right? Deep breath in, please, once again. High five. Message to your partner. Message to your partner. Get in the business of being relevant. Say it now, please. Get in the business of being, I don't hear you, of being relevant. Not irrelevant. I mean, this is irrelevant. Get in the business of being relevant. How have my circumstances changed? How has the economy changed? How the tools at my disposal changed? How has my skill level changed? Have I changed accordingly or not? Am I still relevant or not? Right? I was relevant 10 years ago, but am I being relevant right here in this situation or not? That is the thing. So do not be a prisoner of your own experience, which is the most dangerous thing to do. Corporations die out when they stop being relevant. 180-year-old company, ladies and gentlemen, finished, khalas. And now their products can be sold as antiques because they've stopped publishing. Because a free online portal called Wikipedia absolutely finished this whole requirement of having printed books in your library. This is what happens to individuals and corporations who are no longer relevant, right? And then they complain. The economy, the leadership, the this, the that, my parents, etc., etc. Some people never grow up, never take charge of their lives. I'm reminded of the story, young mother struggling with the son every morning. Son, wake up, it's time to go to school. And son would say, no, mom, I don't want to go to school. Everybody hates me. The students hate me. The teachers hate me. Give me one reason, mom, why I should go to school today. And mom's fed up. She says, son, not one, I'll give you two. Number one, you, son, are 55 years old. Number two, you are the principal of the school, and they're waiting for you outside. So get up now and go to school. Some people never take charge of their lives, right? And that's a dangerous spot to be in. But you have to, at every stage, you must reevaluate what are the dead leaves that I should drop, which are no longer relevant. Am I changing? Am I adapting? So I must bring this thing here. Number 3 on the list. Professor Stephen Hawking said some of the most powerful words about change. He said, intelligence is the ability to score high on exams. Yes? Some of you are not sure. That's a traditional definition, right? This guy is intelligent, high IQ. Professor Stephen Hawking had a different definition. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. That is my core message to this audience here today. Intelligence is not your experience, not your academic credentials, not what you learned. Intelligence is, are you able to adapt to the changing circumstances or not? And Charles Darwin's theory of evolution proves the same. Any species which fails to adapt is wiped out, is history. Only people and species who adapt are the ones who win. So I have an interesting activity now to demonstrate in this room how difficult we find it to adapt to changing circumstances. So a little game. Everybody please stand up. And as we stand up, I want you to quickly find a partner for this exercise, preferably someone not on your table. So reach out to another table, find a person to work with, very quickly, find a partner, please. Someone who doesn't have a partner, I need one volunteer, please, for this exercise. Thank you, excellent. High five to my partner here. So we're gonna go up on stage so you can see us. Lower the music a little bit. Say hello to your partner, make yourselves familiar. You'll be working on a little exercise. And my message here is this. Just remind your partner, intelligence is the ability to do what? Adapt to change. So my friend here, you are?
Mandar.
Mandar. I want you to stand in front of your partner facing knee to knee, eye to eye. Exactly like this. Great. So we're going to do an exercise. We'll go in increasing levels of difficulty. Level 1 will be pretty simple. And then we'll go to level 2, level 3. The whole exercise is about letting go of what worked before and a new change comes in and see how well we adapt to the change, okay? This is fun, I promise you that. We're going to play a simple game here. No, he won't need the mic. We're going to play a simple numbers game here, level 1, all right? I will say the number 1, he'll say the number 2, then I'll say 3, but he will not go to 4, we will loop. You'll start from 1 again. Okay, you clear? Can we give them a demo? Let's do that. 1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3.
3. No.
But you're doing a good job overall. Fantastic. Your turn now, guys. This is level 1. Let's start this. Did you get it? Yeah. 3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3,
1,
2,
3.
1.
Fantastic. Okay, if your partner is doing a good job, give them a high five. And remind them, hello, remind them please, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. So what has suddenly now happened, there has been a big change in the economy. Number 1 has been replaced with a clap. 2 and 3 are still the same, so don't worry guys. 3. First let us do it and then we give it to you. 3, 2,
3, 2,
3, 2.
3.
Fantastic. Your turn now. Let's start. All right, can I have your attention back again, please? The next level of the exercise. Another big change has happened now. It's a technological innovation has come in, and the number 2 has been replaced with a hop. Guys, relax. Everything else is still the same. Let the dead leaves drop. So 1 is now still a clap. 2 is a hop. 3 is still 3. We'll give you a demo, and then you can begin. Let's start. 3.
3,
3.
3, 2.
You get it now? Your turn. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Okay, can I have your attention back again, please? You're doing a good job so far. Give yourselves a round of applause if you've done well. Not finished yet. Another big change is happening in the economic scenario, and the number 3 has also disappeared. The sequence remains the same, but the numbers have changed to physical actions. Now, your turn now, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's done. Fantastic. If your partner has done a good job, give them a high five, say thank you, and return back to your seats, please. I want you to read out what's written on the screen, which is, everybody together, old patterns create old results. You want new results, you need new patterns. But new patterns of what? Thought, action, behavior, mindset, learning. You need to change. You need to let go of what was working in the past, right? So some people said, oh, no, Simerjeet, the deal was 1, 2, and 3 are numbers, and that's the deal I signed up. How dare you change it now? And I said, relax. The sequence remains the same. Little changes keep happening, right? You see how your mind and body were resistant during this exercise to change? You felt that within you because you were accustomed to something? That, my friends, is intelligence in itself. Professor Stephen Hawking, once again, he said, intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Let go of what did not work in the past, right? And the same applies to markets also. Not only to human beings, but business world as well. Markets move from inefficiency to efficiency, right? What is common in all these companies on the list? All of these companies on the list. They are disruptors. They are people who are bringing in more efficiency into the market. What did Airbnb do? He said, okay, you own 10 flats, you're not living in them, you can list them on Airbnb and sell them. Airbnb is now competing with the hotel industry in a major way. When I stayed in Scottsdale, Arizona in 2016, instead of staying at the Fairmont where my conference was, I rented a nice big 3-bedroom apartment which was half the price of my hotel, okay? And more personalized attention by the host because I received 10 messages about what time I'm going to arrive, what are the facilities I need. It was all well equipped. It's a major change. Apple brought in what? No, of course they brought in the smartphone. But wasn't the smartphone around before that? The Palm Pilot? Yes? What did Apple bring in? So it's all connected. You use AirDrop and everything as convenience. They brought in more efficiency in a system that was a bit inefficient. They won the market. Kareem here in UAE, Uber, Ola, what are they doing? They're bringing in what? More efficiency into the market. Taxi drivers were rude, they would overcharge you, the cars were not clean, they would not go short distances. Here comes in an app which removes the middleman, creates more efficiency, it wins. Dubai and China, these cities are doing what? The city and country are doing what? Creating more efficiency, smarter, cheaper, faster, innovative, right? They're winning. Elon Musk is the only individual on the list. What is he doing? Bringing in more efficiency, challenging the status quo, electric cars, solar roofs, sending people to space and things like that. GoPro, the camera, $1 billion idea. This guy, his Woodman, he loved surfing and he found it very difficult to take selfies while surfing. That converted into a $1 billion enterprise. Cameras were there before, surfing was there before. What did he do? Created more efficiency. IKEA, the owner could not fit the table into the boot of his car. He decided to chop the legs off, created a new business model of flat-packed furniture. There we go. WeWork, you heard of WeWork? How many of you here in this room? So what is shared working space? If I have a company of 4 people, I don't need to buy my own office. I don't need to do all the fittings. I just go to WeWork. WeWork is located in the most central location in major cities across the world. I say I have a company of only 5 people. I pay a per person rent. I get a well-equipped space to work. They are challenging the big building model, the old model of real estate. It's changing. These people are doing what? Creating efficiency. Individuals and corporations who create more efficiency in systems which are inefficient win the game. Those are people who are able to let go of the dead leaves and rediscover themselves. This is a picture I took in India. We have Ola bike service as well. Not only cars, you can hire a bike. So what you see here is a little kid with a school bag behind. Some parents are busy at work, so the kid is going for tuition post-school, And he's using maybe what, 50, 60 bucks, Indian rupees, to be transported back to home safely with a biker who was earlier doing nothing. This is the process of creating efficiency in a market from individuals, right? What happens is, you must understand, this whole business about shedding your old leaves. The way you are, and if you're sluggish, if you're not adapting, you can get by if there are no 3 C's in your environment. You with me? What are the 3 C's? There is no change happening. There is no competition. If there are no challenges, you're in a monopoly market, you need not change. When the numbers are on your side. But take a deep breath in, please. Once again, high five moment. And remind your partner, the numbers will not always be on your side. Say it now, please. The numbers will not always be on your side. When the numbers are on, so this is what happens when the numbers are on your side. You have the resources available, you have technology. This is a major Indian government bank, right? So no competition there. They are the only bank present in rural areas. No competition. This is what happens, there is no competition. Customers waiting. In these places, the customer is actually an interruption. What is the customer? An interruption. It's like, can't you see I'm busy here on Facebook? How dare you come in and, And this was the reaction and I got from a shopkeeper. I'll share the story. But this is what happens when the numbers are on your side. Grizzly bears, they find a position, comfortable position, where a lot of salmon is swimming upstream. Okay? Plenty of salmon, plenty of fish. You know what they do? The strong, powerful animal loses its hunting instinct. It will stand there, barely move. It'll move half an inch here, it won't make any efforts. Open its mouth and just sit there, hoping some fish is going to jump in. And this is what happens with many corporations and individuals also. Because the numbers are on their side, they lose their hunting instinct, right? And we were all born hunters and gatherers, yes or no? What was the unemployment rate in the year 10,000 BC, ladies and gentlemen? It's not a very difficult question. Year 10,000 BC, unemployment rate. Zero, right? Everybody was self-employed, right? Hunter-gatherers, wake up in the morning, gotta feed the family, right? Figure out a way. When we have a challenge, we figure out a way, right? But this is when you lose your instinct. If you see this video, you will see the animals who have lost their hunting instinct. They just barely move. The numbers are in their favor. Because there's like a lot of salmon moving upstream, right? So they become comfortable. But this is not the situation. This is the shop I was talking to you about the other day. I was in Nepal, and I had to buy some, my mom wanted a specific Kashmir sweater, which would be knee length or something, some very specific color, everything. So this was the only shop in the resort, okay? He had everything. But remember, distracted species, zombie zone? He was in the zombie zone, busy on his phone. I walk into his shop with an intention to spend my money and buy something. And I did a little test. I said, okay, I could buy it tomorrow as well. Let me see how long this guy takes to say hello to me. How long will he take to make an approach and say, how can I help you? What are you looking for? Can I assist you with something? Well, I stayed inside his shop for 15 minutes. He didn't break the ice. He was busy on his phone. He looked up once, and he got busy again. And that was it. I left the shop without making a purchase. And I said, this is a perfect example of someone who's lost his hunting instinct. He's expecting me, because it is a monopoly market. There is no competition there. He's lost that urge. And who's losing in this game? And for employees as well, when you work for another corporation, you think I'm just getting by and I'm okay. The corporation is doing just fine. You are the one who's losing more because you're losing your inner talent, your hunting instinct. It's very important. And what happens when you have the 3 C's? When you have challenges, when you have competition, this is not photoshopped. These are the tree climbing goats of Morocco. Do goats climb trees here in the UAE? Some of you are not sure, no? No? Yes? No? No? India? No. Other parts of the world I've seen? No. In some parts of the world where there is no grass or greenery or foliage on the ground level, goats evolve. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. this is not typical goats, but they come together in teamwork, they help each other, and they've adapted, and they survived. And this is the hunting instinct that I'm talking about, right? So it's very important in order to succeed in life that we stretch. Stretch yourselves. Do it now, please. Stretch. Grab someone's hand. Don't pull their shoulder out, but reach out the table, grab someone's hand, and pull them a little bit and say, stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. It's important that you stretch. Live in the stretch zone, not in your comfort zone. And in fact, this is again a reminder moment. Remind the person sitting next to you. Remind them, please, challenges are good for your health. Say it now. Challenges are good for your health. Because it is this law of nature, whatever is not improving begins to deteriorate. Even a rock, if you leave outside, leave a rock outside for a couple of 100 years, and you see its shape is going to change, the wind, the water. Whatever is not improving will not stay the same, will begin to deteriorate. How about you? If rocks can deteriorate, how about human beings? We deteriorate pretty quickly. We have to understand that. I want you to read this all, everybody together. The best moments usually occur when a person's body or mind are what? Stretched to its limits in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult and worthwhile. Not something easy. So I'm going to do a little activity here. Huddle your chairs together so you can have a conversation on the table. Please bring your chairs together so you can have a conversation on the table. I want you to have this little discussion. What was the best day that you had at work in the last 3 months? Some people will be saying, oh, could you make it 6, please? Because not a lot of action happening in my life. But I think 3 should be enough, or make it 6, right? But hey, wait. Before you start, minus the payday, huh? Minus the day you get paid. What is the best day that happened at work in the last 6 months? But that's not the important question. Hello? The important question is, I want you to discuss what happened on that day. What happened on that day? When you finished, it was a long day or something, but you did not feel tired. You all had that day, yes or no? Yes? When you were feeling good about yourself, good about life, I want you to have a little discussion. What was the best day you had in the last 6 months at work? We can't get into your personal lives. That's not the part of the agenda here. But at work in the last 6 months, and what happened in that day? Let's start, please, this discussion. What happened on your best day at work? You have 3 minutes to wrap up your discussion. 3 minutes. Just take a few photos from the phone also. Just do the camera thing. 2 minutes. Okay, can I have your attention back again, please? Thank you. Say, wish the person next to you, tell them, I wish you many more days like that. Say it now, please. I wish you many more days like that. I hope it was all good days, no? So what happens at the best day at work? Come on, guys.
We are more satisfied by our work.
You are satisfied with your work. You made someone else happy. That's very important. Good. What happens at the best days at work? You've been appreciated by someone else. Yes, what else? You were saying something?
You feel self-content.
You feel self-content. But doing what? What happens? What's the process? Being self-content is the outcome. What is the process? But you were adding value. How many of you heard the answer, my best day in the last 6 months was the day I was sitting doing nothing all day long? Anyone in this audience heard the answer? Yes. How many of you heard the answer in which it had something to do with an achievement? Raise your hands, please. It had to do with an achievement, a challenge, completion, finishing something, right? This is called achievement motivation. What's it called? Achievement motivation. That we feel best about ourselves when we are achieving something. We were born to do this. We were not born, we did not come to planet Earth to be bored. Boredom is the number one reason of all the negative things on this planet. All alcohol, all gambling, all the wrong stuff happens because people are bored, you know. So stay away from that. Figure out ways to engage yourself. This man here is the world's oldest marathon runner at 105 years old. His name is Singh, world's oldest marathon runner, 105. Journalist asked him, now he doesn't speak any English, but he lives in the UK, he has his coach, who does his interpretation for him. A journalist asked him, now he was enrolled for the Guinness Book of World Record, but he did not get the official certificate because he could not produce the birth certificate. Okay, he said, look, 105 years ago in India, we didn't have any birth certificates, but I have my passport, which has my date of birth. Guinness said nothing doing, unless you produce the certificate, we cannot give you official entry. So, he doesn't know this, his coach is having the conversation. But a BBC journalist, he asked him, sir, Mr. Singh, you obviously are the oldest marathon runner in the world, but you did not get the Guinness Book of World Record. How do you feel about that? What's the question? How do you feel about not being in the Guinness Book of World Record? His answer, Guinness Book of World Record? What is that? In simple Punjabi, he says, "O ki cheez hundi hai." What is that thing? I don't even know it exists. I run because running has given me a sense of purpose and mission in my life. I wouldn't be 105 today if I wouldn't be running. I would have been dead at 82. 82 was the age he started professional running. 82 was the age he started professional running. He was slipping into depression because he had nothing to do. When human beings, when we have nothing to do, that's an ideal stage to slip into depression and negative stuff. And it's important to have good friends in your life, yes or no? Yes. How many of you have good friends? Raise your hand, say aye. You have good friends, yes. A friend of him came to him and said, "What's wrong with you, Fauja? What's wrong with you, man? Come on, let's go for a walk." So he said, all day long I used to stare at the ceiling, and he had lost his wife, he lost his young son. There was so much tragic stuff happened in his life, and he was, really in bad shape. He went for a walk, and he felt better when he came back. And the next day his friend took him on a jog, he's feeling even better. 6 months later, he's enrolled in the London Marathon. 82 is the age he started professional running. He said, I don't do it for the awards, I don't do it for the money. I do it because it's given me a sense of mission and purpose. Deep breath in, please. Remind someone sitting next to you, find your mission and your purpose. Do it now, please. Find your mission and your purpose in life. Watch this video, please.
मेरा नाम फौजा सिंह है। मैं 104 साल की उम्र हो गई यार।
When his first marathon, when he did it, he was still...
Sorry, 89.
And when he broke the 6-hour mark at the age of 93, that in itself was remarkable. Having completed a marathon in under 8 hours at the age of 101 is another record. 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, 1500 meters, 3000 meters, and 5000 meters. And he set 5 records in 94 minutes.
खुशी की सेहत नहीं होगी यार। मैं अपनी खुशी से भागना, मुझे कोई फौकना ना, कोई पैसे ना, कोई किराए ना, कोई मसरूफ नहीं होता। बंदा मेरा करे फेरा, ये बच्चे सारे दौड़ने आए, दिल्ली दौड़ जाए, खेल फेरा, सब दौड़ दे या, जरूर जाए, रौनक बढ़ाओ, अपनी सेहत बढ़ाओ।
And he has actually said he will continue running until he dies, and he will continue running even after he's dead. I believe that for any individual to be successful and continue to be successful for over 100 years, you do need that passion, you do need that aim.
For just saying, the marathon man, 89. Once again, high five moment, and remind the person sitting next to you, ask them, what are you waiting for? Ask them now, please, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, right? If Fauja can rediscover himself at 89, we can do the same. What are you waiting for? Where you end up is not a final stop. You can restart again. You can rediscover selves again. And remember, it's not work that makes you tired. Huh? It is not work that makes you tired. Work is a rewarding thing to do if you enjoy it, if you put in the right emotions. It's all these negative emotions. Can we read them out, please? It's the boredom, it's the disengagement, it's the resentment. I want to take revenge from my company now. I will take revenge from my parents now. I will take revenge from my kismat, from my fate, right? It's resentment, it's negativity, it's fear, uncertainty. These are the things which make us tired in a work day, not work itself. Work is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be rewarding, right? It's when we add value. But these things, when our mindset is not working the right way, that's when we end up in the wrong direction. Achievement is addictive. If you want to get addicted to something in your life, make sure it's achievement. Make sure you got something next lined up, something next lined up. Don't wait for somebody to come and tell you what you should be doing next. You're born entrepreneurs, yes or no? Born hunters. You should have your own list, which is driving you. Achievement is addictive. It is in our DNA. It's how we came on this planet, not to sit in one place. He's having so much fun doing it. A little Superman with his diapers on. And woohoo! Remember, so no toy in the world can bring that expression on its face. Huh? This is what in action? Achievement motivation. Setting a goal for yourself. Nobody knows about it. I know about it, and I made it happen. I feel better about myself. You want to feel more self-confident? Yes? This is the only way to do it. Set goals for yourself, which are not imposed on you, and achieve them, make them happen. That'll give you more confidence to go to the next level. Even for corporations, this is one crazy man that I love, Elon Musk. This, ladies and gentlemen, is his vision on the screen. Building a colony on Mars. I mean, come on. He's built he keeps missing deadlines for delivering Tesla cars. But his big goal is, I want to build a colony on Mars. And you see how high the engagement of his team is. This is his team cheering the victory for one small step, right? They just achieved a small breakthrough. They have not built a colony on Mars yet. Just a small achievement. And the team is celebrating as if it's a rock concert is happening. No motivational speaker is required for this. All you need is achievement motivation. They just achieved a small breakthrough, huh? They're not on Mars yet. But it's when you set goals for yourself, you fire up your teams, you fire yourself up. Otherwise, everybody's in a comfort zone. Nobody's getting anywhere. And these emotions, they spread, yes or no? Enthusiasm spreads. Positivity spreads. Fear spreads. Negativity spreads. Also, what will you spread? That's the question. Create your own benchmarks, please. Create your own benchmarks. Be a pace setter. No job is too small. Put your heart into it and you will find some amazing results. Set the pace, don't always be the pace follower. I saw this video which went viral the other day of this baggage handler. How do you see most baggage handlers at airports? They sort of, why am I even here? And okay, the vast majority are not. Take pride in what you do. Take a deep breath in, please. Pat yourself on the back and say, I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Or pat the person sitting next to you on their back and say, well done, yes, good. We need it. You must work with a sense of pride, because when you do that, this is what you do. You do the extra mile. He's turning all the bags. Nobody's asking him to do it. He's turning every single bag so the handle is facing the front. He's an eagle. And he doesn't even know he's been filmed. He didn't do it for the award. He didn't do it for anything. He's setting his own benchmarks. People who want to excel and exceed and shed their dead leaves and rediscover themselves, set their own benchmarks. They don't wait for instructions to come along, right? So, once again, deep breath in. Very quick exercise before I come to the concluding part of my presentation today. I want you to share with the person sitting next to you, what's the number one thing you have learned in today's session is dash, dash, dash. And that's for you to fill in the dash. If you're sitting with someone you're very familiar with, I suggest you do it with someone that you're not familiar with. Just turn to the person and say, hi, the number one thing that I've learned today is dash, dash, dash. Let's start now. The number one thing I've learned today is dash, dash, dash. Oh, we can have the music, please, in the back. The number one thing I've gained today is dash, dash, dash. Okay. I hope you have some worthwhile stuff to share with each other. So can I hear a few answers, please, from this audience here? Yeah? Yes. Is it possible to get a mic, please, for the lady over here? Thank you. So I just want to invite some opinions from the audience about what is the number one thing that they've gained today. Okay, we'll begin with the lady over there. Yes.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello. At least you can say hi to her. Come on.
High five. I have learned that our own limitation is ourselves. It's not the weather, it's not the country, it's not, like you say, the astrology, it's not the circumstances, it's only ourselves, it's in our mind, it's our own belief.
Yep.
So once we overcome that, then sky is the limit.
Absolutely. When you set a goal, you have the ability to make it happen. Yes or no?
Exactly.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Let's do a simple experiment right on that point that she's raised. Let's look for I'm going to give you 60 seconds. How long? 60 seconds to look for the color green in this room in the maximum number of places. Maximum number of places. Keep making a mental note. Keep looking for the color green. You have 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Go. 60 seconds. WhatsApp is green. Keep looking, don't stop. Keep making a mental note and keep looking. Maximum number of places. Weird places. Not the ones in front of you. 40 seconds left. Green will not come to you and say, hi, I'm color green. I heard you're looking for me. Hunt, hunt, hunt for the color green. When you set a goal, you can achieve it. Is there a lot of green in this room? Yes or no? No, keep looking. Well, we'll find out. 10 more seconds. And if we can turn the camera around, we have only 2 people standing up. Just take a shot of that, please. One more now. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you for raising that point. May I ask you a question? Will the result of the 2 gentlemen who stood up and others who moved around, nobody moved around, will their results vary from someone who was sitting in one place? Yes or no? And will that depend upon the economy or the weather or the stars or something? No. It depends upon your efforts, the price you're paying. What happened in this process? Did you find the color green? Yes or no? Yes? Many places, right? Why is that? You sure? Some of you are not sure. Why is that? Because your brain was attuned, you have a specific focus in front of you. Agree? Yes? When you have a specific focus, you have the ability to make breakthroughs. But a lot of people, they don't know what they want, right? 95% people. If you figure out what you want for the next 6 months and for the next 1 year, you will be in the minority 1% of human beings. 1% of human beings who know specifically what they're after. Please spend time on this, figuring out, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do with my skills? Right? So thank you for raising that. More participation, please. What is the number one thing that you've learned today? More hands going up, volunteers? Yes. 3 C's, which are change, challenges, and competition. Should we reject them or accept them? We should accept them. Why is that? What do they help us do? They help us grow. Nobody ever grew in their comfort zones. It's only when there is change, challenges, and competition we grow. What else? Adapt. Intelligence is the ability to do what? Adapt to change. Intelligence is not only your experience, but also your imagination. That's what intelligence is. Traditionally, we've only defined intelligence as our experience, grades and marks and academic ability. I consider imagination to be intelligence as well. I'm here thanks to that. I run a global speaking business from a small town in northern India, okay? I don't live in a metro. I'm in a big city. I serve clients across the world, across the world, minus Europe at the moment. I've served clients in all different places from there, right? It's your imagination that'll take you places if you use this creative ability. More answers? There are no shortcuts, neither in weight loss, neither in success and personal transformation. I want you to consider this very simple model which is up on the screen right now to help you drop your dead leaves. Start, stop, continue, right? Just take this simple model. What are the things which I'm not doing at the moment? Which if I start, I will get a big return on my life. What is it? Could it be getting up half an hour early? Could it be exercising and being fit? Could it be joining an online course? You don't know. Figure out what is important for you. If you do that, what should I start? Stop is very important, huh? I think sometimes more important than start. Sometimes we are our own biggest enemies. What are things, behaviors, actions that I should do which are hindering my progress? What should I stop doing? When do I self-sabotage myself? The old saying goes, fall into a pit once, and it's an accident, right? I'm walking on a street, there's a pit hole in front of me, I fell down. It's an accident. I fall into the same pit again, and again, and again, and now it's what? It's a choice. It's a choice now. It's not an accident anymore. And those sort of choices are going to determine your life. Continue. Remember, what's my professional DNA? What am I good at? For me, it's how can I serve? Hotel industry, same DNA. How can I serve? Speaking, the same. I'm thinking of launching a version 4.0 next January. That's when I turn 40. Yeah, yes, 40. This January and next January, and I'm thinking of launching a new version of myself. It'll be called Simerjeet 4.0. Yeah? Not a bad thing to do with our life. We go and line up to buy the new Apple phone, no? There's people camping outside Apple stores. Hey, I bought the new phone. As if his Emperor Alexander, after he conquered the world, he had the same expression on his face. Yes! Except he had a sword and this guy has an iPhone in his hand. Me, I did this. We should discover ourselves and the new versions we could launch in our lives, right? So start, stop, continue is an important model, and so is this one on the screen. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. What are the new skills I need to acquire? I am where I am in life courtesy to all the learning that happened for me on the job. Right from learning how to modulate my voice, to learning digital media, search engine optimization, learning YouTube videos. Nobody ever taught me that, huh? No one taught me how to go and optimize videos and do videos, and being in front of camera is very different speaking to a live audience. You guys are very forgiving. A live audience is very forgiving. You can fumble, make mistakes. The camera is not forgiving. It will capture everything, right? So once I had to, a TV channel said, could you come in and do 1-minute motivational videos? We'll do 5 of them today. I said, no problem. So I told a friend of mine who was waiting to see me, I said, 1-minute video, 5 of them, that should be 5 minutes. I should be back in an hour or so, it took us 7 hours to get 5 1-minute videos right. But those are the skills I developed. Nobody taught them. Develop your own learning curriculum. I will do what? Develop my own learning curriculum. I will have my own syllabus ready, online courses, live conferences and seminars. What should I do to acquire the skills that I need in order to stay in the game? What should I stop? What should I relearn, right? I go back every now and then to some of the core competencies of what I do, and it's very important that I get in touch with that again, okay? So, this whole business sounds pretty easy, think of a goal and you can achieve it and set it. But what separates the dreamers from the achievers is this one ability. Will you persist when the going gets tough or not? Everybody can dream, everybody can set goals and jump and dance and workshops, that's easy. In real life, change is messy, change is hard, and only the ones who persist, especially when things go wrong, are the ones. Perseverance separates everybody together please, the dreamers from the change makers. There's one ability to persist in the face of difficulty, persist in the face of challenges, to not give up, to keep trying again. You never know which blow of the hammer is going to cut open the rock for you. You stick to it, especially when the going is tough. We learn it from animals. Look at this honeybee. She's trying to make a little nest for herself, trying to pull out this nail, which is heavier than herself. She took a little break, but she didn't give up. Why not? Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. And she made it happen. We learn it from animals. We learn it from human beings. Almost there. You know, this is how we were when we arrived to this planet. If we wanted something real bad, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. But along the way, we somehow accept all this negative stuff. I'm not good enough. I'm not capable of doing this. I'm not qualified enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not old enough. There's 100 excuses. Or I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have that. Question is, what do you have? Once again, deep breath in. Once again, say, hello, partner. What do you have? It's not about what you don't have. It's not about what's missing. What do you already have that you should use, that you not think of giving up? So anyway, before I close, I want to close on a high note. Everybody get up, please, once again. Get up, power pose once again, power pose. Deep breath in, inhale, hold. And make that sound you used to make when you were excited as a little kid. Find a new partner for this exercise, a new partner to work with. Stand knee to knee, eye to eye. Do it now, please. Very good. Everybody join in the fun. Find a new partner. There are some lines on the screen. Hello. Say hello to the person. Make yourselves comfortable. All right. There are some lines that I will say first, okay? And I want you to share that message with the person standing in front of you, but with power, sincerity, conviction, and emotion. Don't just say it because I'm asking you to say it. I want you to shake the conscience of the person standing in front of you. Look them in the eye. Can you do that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Deep breath in, please. Say to the person standing next to you, success is failure turned inside out. No, we're not doing a good job. Say to them, hello, my friend. Success is failure turned inside out. Success is the silver tint on the clouds of doubt. You can never tell how close you are. You can never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So my friend, no, wait, don't jump ahead of me. So my friend, stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things go wrong. Say it now, please. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. It's when things go wrong that you must not quit. Give a high five to the person and tell them, don't quit. Take your seats, please. Take your seats. Take your seats. Depending upon time, which Femina will give me a signal, we will open the floor to Q&A as well, depending upon how much time we have available. But you know, I just want to You know, I've been talking a lot about being a child again. What you see on the screen is, you should go back to being a child again. Remember connecting the dots? Yeah? Were you ever worried or depressed how the big picture is going to look like? Yeah, you were? No? Were you having fun? Were you having fun doing this process, right? And that's all I want you to do in life, in this whole business of changing and achieving. Enjoy the journey of connecting one dot with the next dot. You can never see all the way to the end. This is a car moving on a dark highway. I switch on my headlights. How far can I see? How far can I see? 10 or 15 feet or whatever, yeah? What do I need to do in order to see the next 20 feet? Yeah, move. Can we all say it out together, please? I must move. Keep moving unless you are meditating. That's a different story. That's when you should not move. But all of the times, you never know how you'll get there. To whatever it is that you want to achieve. You never know. But you must keep moving, make changes as you go along, keep adapting, keep moving. So 3 things. Don't forget to stretch yourself. Yes? Number 1. Don't forget to adapt to changes. Number 2, because everything's already changing. And don't forget persistence. So what takeaway is? S-A-P, SAP. Stretch, adapt, persist, and do it all over again. Stretch again, and adapt again, and persist again. And go to the next level. Do what? Stretch, adapt, persist. Stretch, adapt, persist. That is why we're here on this planet. You see, the human body is most rigid, most stiff when it is going into the cemetery or the crematorium. When the game is over, khalas, that's when the body becomes really stiff. Before that, we should be flexible. Before that, we should keep achieving. So remember, once again, stretch, adapt, persist, and let the dead leaves drop. You guys have been a wonderful audience. Thank you all for being here. My contact details, I would love to connect with you on social media. You could do it through my website. It will take you to my LinkedIn, to my YouTube, to my Facebook. I'm not on Instagram yet, but I will be shortly. We'll announce it on FB. But all the social media platforms, including my blog and everything, are available through my website. And if you have any questions, we could do it formally here in the room or informally outside over coffee or whatever we're doing. Yeah. So any questions from this audience so far? No? Good. We had a good day. Thank you. Go out and spread this energy. Thank you once again.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful presentation of Mr. Simerjeet Singh, and he's a very good motivational speaker. He talked about how we can raise our beyond our limitations and really shed our inhibitions, shed our leaves. So basically, what he talked about is there is a we have to change, we have to challenge, and there is a competition, and how we can move forward by adapting to the change, and that is where the intelligence lies. So I'm really happy to attend this lecture, and it was wonderfully presented, and we all feel motivated to actually achieve something in life. Unless we shed our earlier, we will go outside our boundaries, we really cannot achieve. So we have to shed our leaves to become a strong tree. That's what the message is. Thank you.
Hi. So that was Simerjeet Singh today. He not only simmered us with some useful thoughts, but he showered us with a lot of inspiration on how to deal with life in general. A very good motivational speech. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Attended Simerjeet's workshop, and it was very nice and excellent speech. What we learned today is that competition, change, and challenges will always be there. And we need to be flexible and adapt to these changes. We need to learn, unlearn, and relearn to be relevant in this industry. Things will change, challenges will come, but if you are able to stretch yourself, if you are able to adapt and you persist, then you will definitely always be able to achieve success. Thank you.
My name is Ganesh. I'm a new member of IBPC. I attended about 5 or 6 meetings so far. This meeting talks about the personal motivation, and is engaging the audience with personal interaction, communication. It was very good. The current turbulent times of market, this kind of trainings for the business owners, entrepreneurs, key key managers of the business, helps them to know how to overcome it and stay upfront with the challenging times, the strategies, and being creative, adapt to situation, accept and persist. Congrats to Simerjeet Singh and IBPC for organizing such a wonderful seminar. Gain a lot. Thank you once again. Thanks.
Hi, the name is Simerjeet. I'm an ex-vice president of IBPC, so very dear to my heart. I'm delighted with what this association has done, which is Dubai Quality Group and IBPC. They're bringing very quality speakers. The one today, Simerjeet, was superb, very motivational, very energetic, really gives you the gist. We've heard it all, but the way he presented it was really another wake up. Persist, be adaptable, because if you're not adaptable in a very changing world, you will get left behind, and persist. So mark your own space, grow, don't stay around like a bear, just become a hunter. So I think this was very good. It motivates you, it energizes you, and we are all set to go out in the world and conquer it. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Mandar Akshikar. I'm a part of the executive committee for continuous improvement for Dubai Quality Group, and this is the second time I've heard Simerjeet speaking. It's absolutely a pleasure to hear him speak, because there are a lot of motivational speakers, but very few who actually speak from the heart. And we knew whatever he was speaking, we have heard this before, we know it, but still hearing it and with the exercises which he made us do, definitely will leave an impact, at least for probably a couple of years now. And as I said, change is the only thing which is constant, and he's addressed this change very perpetually, and we look forward to hearing with him again. We would be having a continuous improvement symposium in November, and I look forward for seeing more of him then also. Thanks a lot. God bless.
Hello, good morning everybody. My name is Dr. Sunil Vinayak Manjrekar. I am the member of IBPC and the president of Gulf Master Business Forum Dubai. The initiative taken by Dubai Quality Group is very good, and IBPC required such type of tie-ups and as a collaboration with the different organization. And the motivational speaker Mr. Singh, was really very good, and we learned a lot of things from his seminar. The main thing what we learned is the 3 C's, the change, the competition, and the challenges in the business and in the life. And the speakers, the way of conducting the course was very good. He was interacted with all the IBPC members and the Dubai Quality Group members who had came today for this function. And we really enjoyed the session, and we hope DQG will again collaborate with IBPC and conduct many more seminars and joint ventures, so that it will help to the IBPC members, and it will really help them in their businesses. Thank you very much.
I am Unnikrishnan. I am a finance director, board member with Dubai Quality Group. I feel the initiative of a Dubai Quality Group tying up with the IBPC for the breakfast events are a very good initiative. It will give a good visibility to Indian community and professionals among the local group, as well as they will exchange the programs conducting by both the things. Both will improve the networking of India of the people, and the good type of these programs will benefit both the communities. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Girish. I represent a company called Grantech. We are a smart technology system integrator. I've been part of this Dubai Quality Group event this morning. Very, very exciting to see the networking opportunities, the quality that Dubai as a city drives, and I'm extremely proud to be part of this. And I believe a lot of this can be benefited towards meeting new people and seeing a lot more opportunity to network. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Aarti Tuteja. I'm from Potential Unlimited. I'm a founder of Potential Unlimited. I'm a trainer and hypnotherapist. I want to thank Quality Group for inviting me for this breakfast meeting. It was one of the amazing morning that I spent understanding about motivation and what motivates us and how we can go about it. The entire 2 hours was very, it's a time good spent this morning. Simerjeet Singh is an amazing trainer, and I really enjoy the training program. And I wish that Quality Group continues to do more of such training programs in future. Thank you.
I'm Pratik Sangani, and on behalf of IBPC, and it was a joint event by both IBPC and Dubai Quality Group. It was very well attended event by Mr. Simerjeet Singh. The topics were wonderful. We need to constantly evolve, change. We need to accept the change. We need to accept challenges, and we need to accept competition. Some of the topics that we have learned. We need to always evolve and adapt and keep on evolving, and that's the way the life is. And thank you very much for this particular event. And best of luck to IBPC and EQG for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you very much.
أنا دعاء عفيفي مديرة العلاقات العامة وتطوير الأعمال في مجموعة دبي للجودة. شرفت بحضور السيمينار اللي عقده مستر سيمرجيت سينغ. الحقيقة كانت ندوة مميزة بتركز على تنمية وتطوير المهارات الشخصية، ازاي ان احنا نتغلب على المخاوف ونقاط الضعف ونركز على نقاط القوة اللي بداخل كل واحد فينا عشان نقدر نوصل لطموحات أعلى من كده. actually بالنسبة لي كانت فرصة مميزة. It was a good opportunity for me to attend for Mr. Simerjeet this seminar.
Hi, my name is Hasib, and I am a corporate trainer and a motivational speaker in Dubai for the last 18 years. Been doing this for about 22 years. This talk today was very, very interesting, and it touched on the on some very sensitive subjects, and the audience loved the style, and he spoke of very practical things, and so it was very, very good to listen to him, and I think Dubai needs more speakers like him over here. And then the best part I liked about him was the engagement that he did with the people. So it is not only a one-sided conversation, it was basically he made people get up, he made people do activities, people were sort of talking about slogans, and people were screaming out loud at times, and so it was very good. So this speaker is, Dubai needs this speaker for sure. Yeah. Come here, since you are walking by. So I'm going to use this opportunity of inviting him. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here today.
No, that was fantastic. Yeah.
Pleasure to hear that.
It really was, and it's a pleasure to meet a person like you. Yeah.
Likewise.
Well,
Thank you for
that's the guy who spoke today. So you need to listen to him more. Yeah. Follow him on YouTube and everywhere. Yeah. So he's a great guy to listen to. Yeah.
I appreciate this so much. It's people like yourself that keep us going. Thank you.
Well, thank you.